I've been playing sports and cooking food my entire life. Now I want to take you on an incredible journey to meet some outstanding athletes, try some awesome recipes with a side of tantalizing conversation. I'm Jen Heasley. This is Jen Heasley's Cooking with the Pros. So, who do you want in your kitchen on game day? Hi, welcome. This is Jen Heasley's Cooking with the Pros, and today I have two guests. I have Aaron Wilson and Patrick Boyle. Aaron writes for the Baltimore Sun, and he's on the Ravens beat. And Patrick played for Temple University and has played for some NFL teams, so they'll be with me in the kitchen a little bit later. But to start off the show, I want to give you my tailgating tips. There also could be home gating tips. One of the best purchases you can ever make in life are these stands, these water trays, and these trays that you will put the food in. I've had these babies for like 5 years. You can take them to tailgate time after time after time again. You can host your home gate parties, birthday parties, movie night, game night, I don't care. This is one of the best purchases you will ever make. The thing that you also need to have with these are sternos. Sternos are, of course, the heat source that you use, and this is something that, please, whenever you remove the lid, don't get rid of the lid. You can reuse these. They have a longevity. Make sure you put the lid over the top to kind of reduce the heat, and then put it back on. You can use these 2, 3, 4 parties. Good purchase. The next tip I have, toothpicks. This is, again, a great tailgating tip. You don't need to have the tongs. People won't be touching other people's food with their fingers. This is a great way to be safe and healthy within preparing and sharing food with your guests. So toothpicks, a great tailgating tip. All right, the recipe I'm going to start with is my peanut butter and jelly bites. This actually won me a recipe contest. It's very simple. My kids love them, and you will love them as well. You're going to start off with, I have some cream cheese. You have 8 ounces of cream cheese, and then you're going to put in a half cup of, well, I use strawberry jelly. You can use any kind of jelly you want. I personally like strawberry jelly because my children do. So I'm putting my 8 ounces of cream cheese. And I'm gonna guesstimate with my jelly jam. I'm gonna squeeze it in, but you're basically looking at a half cup. And then you're gonna portion it because you're gonna put half in a crescent roll and then you're gonna put some on top. Put it in. You want your cream cheese at room temperature. So I'm gonna start blending. Hold on. Oh no. All right. And the idea of this recipe came up when I was at a race in New York, and one of my girlfriends ran this entire 9K urban athlon. And she, at the end of it, she was like, oh my gosh, I wish I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich midway through the race. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make something for my girl Ann. So this is for my girl Ann, who did the urban athlon. And it's just something quick and easy that's replicating that of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So we have the cream cheese and jelly mixed together. Then you take just some store-bought seamless. You want the seamless crescent dough. Makes it much easier. This is one of the best gifts I think that the people at Pillsbury have given us. You're going to spread it out, and you're going to throw in your cream cheese mixture, and you're going to roll it up like a jelly roll. It's very simple. Sometimes the seamless is not seamless. All right, you roll it out, and then you spread in your mixture. And this is not just for kids. I mean, even though my girlfriend obviously is a little bit older, this is for adults, kids, any kind of party fan. You spread it in like so, and then you roll it like a jelly dough. Roll it up, like such. And then we cut them into like 12 pieces, I should say. I cut. And then we're going to swirl it in a delicious peanut butter glaze. And then we're going to top it with some more cream cheese and some more jelly for my peanut butter and jelly bites. So let me do this. And in a second, I'll be right back. And I'm going to show you how we're going to assemble this entire delicious bite. I'll be right back. Welcome back, Jen Heasley's Cooking with the Pros. And I'm here with guest number 1. This is Aaron Wilson.
Hi.
Tina.
Hi, guys.
Aaron is the writer for the Baltimore Sun, and he covers the Ravens beat.
Yes, ma'am.
And first of all, let's just talk quickly. How did you get here?
Well, I first got to covering the Ravens 13 years ago, back in 2001, and then joined the Sun a year ago, and they won the Super Bowl. So I got to cover the Super Bowl, and also got to go to New Orleans and enjoy their cuisine for a week, which really twisted my arm there.
Right, I know. That must have really been terrible.
It was awful.
That stinks. Okay, so
it was great.
So for the city, I mean, I know just living close how exciting it was. So for the city, for you as a writer, how did that how did you feel as a writer?
It was exciting to chronicle everything, and there was a lot of developments in the season. They did not look like a Super Bowl contender at the beginning of the season. And it's kind of funny because by the end of the year, they just kind of peaked at the right time.
Yes, right.
Joe Flacco caught fire, and then how about that? He gets a $120 million contract in the offseason as a reward.
I haven't gotten a $120 million contract in my offseason, but I'm looking. I
would love that. No.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure.
We did a little book, and we got a couple plaques and some awards and stuff, but yeah, no big bonuses. That's okay.
After this show, you might get one.
All right.
This is what we're going to do. We're going to follow. I'm going to show them how we're going to finish up our peanut butter and jelly bites, okay?
Perfect.
And what Aaron is going to do is he's going to start assembling our Stromboli, which we talked about as an amazing tailgating food. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Great.
Love Stromboli.
I love Stromboli too. Can you tell them the meats and cheese?
The finest meats and cheeses here. We've got the capicola, which is excellent, very spicy deli meat. We've got salami and ham and provolone. So we got all excellent
Look at that.
ingredients.
See, that
there.
was not even anything I taught him. Okay, he came in with that knowledge. So he's going to layer the meats down through the middle, and what we just used is some pre-bought store pizza dough. You could go to your local pizzeria, which sometimes I do, but you can just go get a regular pizza dough, roll it out, and he's going to layer it down. And what is the trick that we're going to put on today, Aaron?
Mustard. To make it tangy, right?
A little tang.
Yes.
A little tang. All right. So, and what I'm going to do now, quick. So, if you can start assembling the meat.
I'm going to get started.
Yeah. What I'm going to do after you roll up your PB&J Bites, you actually want to put them in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes to kind of harden the dough. And when you cut them up, I just go into the middle, cut through. And then you want to have equal segments. All right, like this. And your segments are going to look something like this size, like a little, sushi roll. And you put it on your baking tray, and then you'll put them into the oven for 10, 11, 12 minutes until they're golden brown. But with the magic of television, I have already prepared a dish for you, and then we're going to put these in some glaze, some peanut butter glaze, and we're going to put the rest of the cream cheese, strawberry topping, and a little more dollop of the jelly. All right, so Aaron, give us some dirt. So what's happening? Since you've been with the Ravens, what's probably the best experience you've had covering the Ravens?
What's been exciting about covering the Ravens, besides the Super Bowl, I feel like, just kind of keeping up with a lot of the off-season news, which is a challenge for me because there's all these contract stuff, and they want to keep it quiet until the deal is almost done.
Right.
But it's my job to keep up with the negotiations, so I've got to maintain my contacts on both sides of the street, the agents and the team, and I always find that exciting. It's something that it gets you off the football field into kind of the boardroom, writing about the business of sports. So I enjoy that.
So do you feel like you develop a personal, and real quick, just so you know. So what I'm doing is I'm swirling what were my already baked PB&J Bites in this is a peanut butter mixture. So I have confectioner's sugar, I have peanut butter and some milk, and that's what I'm putting my glaze on. Okay, go.
I'm at the mustard stage, right?
You're at the mustard stage now, yes.
All right. How much mustard are we talking here?
Just do a little drizzle.
All right, a little drizzle.
Zigzag, a little zigzag. I go zigzaggy myself. Nice job, Aaron.
Thanks.
Look at you. Okay.
All right.
And then you go with another layer of meat.
It's time for another layer.
All right, so do you have the opportunity to develop relationships with the players and the coaches?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's awesome.
You get a chance to know them. Everybody's got a job to do, but we try to keep it very professional, and at the same time you have a rapport, and you may feel bad for a guy if it doesn't work out for him, if he has an injury, things like that.
Yeah,
It's definitely, I think when you have that relationship, you can have those good conversations, you can be honest with each other, and you can really get to what's going on. And that's the thing about sports writing. It doesn't have to be something where you're necessarily getting personal. Criticism's fine, but make sure that you're accurate and that you give people a fair shake. And I think if you treat people well, you'll make long relationships, you'll cover them, and it'll be a good experience, a win-win, as they say.
Yes, exactly. I love that. All right. He's finishing that up. Okay, so now I think that you can see that I've glazed my PB&J Bites. And the final component to this is you go back, Aaron, you take a little bit of the cream cheese mixture I made before, which was cream cheese and jelly.
Cream cheese and the jelly.
Yes. Also, you could do this mixture, the glaze, you could do the mixture with Nutella. So if you want like a chocolate taste, you could do the Nutella with some confectioner's sugar and some milk and get the same kind of glaze. So we're going to top it off with this little bit of cream cheese like this, the cream cheese and strawberry. Look how nice. And then I add an additional dollop of my jam or my jelly. These aren't quite as pretty as the picture that I took. Because when I blog, Aaron, my pictures, I would like to believe are amazing.
Absolutely.
But this is not looking that amazing. But a little dollop of the jelly.
I think they look pretty cool.
Well, they look cool. I don't. But the bottom line is they taste good. So that's really
all
the value of it.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So Aaron and I are going to basically wrap this up. He's going to put another layer of the meat and cheese. Oh my gosh! Can I get the jelly on it? There we go. Oh, ta-da! And then we're going to flip the dough over. And then what you want to do is brush it with some egg wash. A little egg wash. You just mix up 1 egg, a little water, whisk it. Then you brush it onto your dough. And then you want to cut little slices into the top of the dough. You want to fold it over like a little envelope, piece it together. Cut the little slices for ventilation when you bake it. And you're going to bake it at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. You want it golden brown. All right?
Yep.
So when we come back, you're going to see our final product. And we're going to taste it. And you're going to serve it with some, well, you could do homemade marinara, but I like to go with store-bought marinara simply because it's easier, Aaron.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Why make things tougher, right?
Why make things more difficult? So this is Jen Heasley. I'm with Aaron Wilson, and we will be right back. Okay, so welcome back. I am back here with Aaron, again, writer for the Baltimore Sun. We have our Stromboli freshly out of the oven. He did an excellent job, wouldn't you agree?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And we're going to serve it with, again, some store-bought marinara.
Got to keep it simple.
Got to keep it simple. If you have homemade marinara, as my mother does, you can use hers, but I don't even use hers. I use store-bought. However, sadly, Aaron must leave us.
It is time to cover practice. Go talk to Joe Flacco and John Harbaugh and see if these guys are going to defend this championship.
Exactly. And then hopefully Aaron's going to return to the set.
I would love to be back.
He was a very good sous chef, I felt.
For an amateur rookie, I'm an accomplished press box diner, but yeah, this is my first effort. I feel okay with it.
Thumbs up to him. However, Aaron's leaving, but my next guest, Patrick Boyle, is here, so he's going to swing on in. And he and I are going to be doing a chicken Parmesan slider.
Sounds awesome.
Okay, so Aaron, thank you so much.
Thank you
Great
for
to
having me.
have you.
Appreciate it.
See you soon. Go cover the
See you soon.
Ravens.
Thank you.
Go Ravens. Hey, welcome back. And Patrick and I are all ready to finalize our last dish for the day. Patrick has been chopping up the chicken for our...
A while.
A while. For our chicken Parmesan sliders. Chicken Parmesan sliders, you love it?
I love it.
Can't
wait.
Can't wait. All right, so Patrick went to Temple University, and he finished up the season last year with the Washington Redskins, and he is now busily preparing his body to move on to another team. Am I correct?
That is the process.
That is the process.
Long, strenuous process.
So hold on. Let's tell them quick what we're doing, and then you'll tell us about the process. What I'm about to do is I'm actually frying some store-bought pizza dough. Okay. And we're going to make little pockets for our chicken Parmesan sliders. And Patrick is going to dredge our chicken, and he'll explain that to you in a second because he does cook a little bit.
I try. I dabble a little bit.
He dabbles a little bit. So he's going to show us how to dredge. But I'm going to cut this up. I'm just using, obviously a pizza cutter, and I'm cutting up my pieces of dough into just little triangles. And it makes they puff up in the dough, in the oil, which you'll see. You want your oil at 350 degrees. I put it over like a medium heat. Okay. Right, and then you just fry it up real quick, and they get nice and brown and crispy. And Patrick, tell us quickly how you're going to dredge your chicken.
First, I'm going to egg wash it, and then,
No, flour.
Flour first.
Flour first.
I'm learning. Flour first, then the egg wash, and then a panko breading with a little bit of Italian seasoning and Parmesan cheese.
Look at that. See, he is a professional already. All right. You want to go and grab that stuff?
Sure.
And I'm going to cut up, like I said, my slices of pizza dough and the pizza dough. So you want, look at this, like little rectangles like this. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this is actually, sometimes I use a thin crust, but this is just regular crust. Or sometimes I go to my local pizzeria and get it from them. But today, I just am using the store-bought pizza dough and fry it up. All right. So tell us about your training regimen.
Okay, well, I train about 4 times a week in the weight room. Okay. I travel a little bit to accommodate my needs. Right. But I've been trying to put on a little bit of weight since I'm an offensive lineman, so...
He's an offensive lineman.
I gotta stay big.
I did neglect that part of your introduction. He's an offensive lineman.
It's okay. I got it. But I've been trying to do a lot of powerlifting, getting myself bigger and stronger to deal with the big guys in the NFL. But it's
not the little Jen Heasleys of the world.
Not the little guys, no. But it's a lot of fun. I mean, training is a big part of the NFL. A lot of people take it for granted. But, excuse me.
Well, training in season, off season, it's like an ongoing process. It's like a never-ending process. Right?
Very ongoing.
Yes. Okay.
Some guys take a little bit of time off for vacation and relax a little bit.
Right.
But
your body needs a break.
Exactly. Most of the time, you're just training.
Training. So
never-ending process.
How many hours a day do you train?
Minimum of 3, I'd say. But it's hard sometimes because your body gets in a situation where you're tired and fatigued. Mm-hmm. But you just got to keep going.
You must keep going. Now, are you on like a dietary restraint, or is there a vitamin regimen?
Well, funny thing, I finished up college at 280 pounds.
Okay.
And I had to gain weight in order to become an NFL-sized lineman. So
I gained weight at 280 pounds.
It's hard to believe, but
so what did you get to eat? That's what, what did you?
Everything.
That's awesome.
That's the thing.
That's really awesome. For the average person, I can't eat anything.
Yeah, I was eating about 7,000 calories a day, trying to
That's
put the weight on.
That's like swimmer status. Of,
it is. Yeah, it's hard. But
look how awesome that is. Okay, look at it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Look how beautiful that is. It's nice and golden brown.
It is.
Okay, so all right. So what with now? So are you still trying to gain the weight? Do you still have that type of?
Well, I've continued to gain the weight just to increase my chances of staying this size and getting more interest. But like I said, I'm 315 pounds now.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's a big difference from when I was in college.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're doing an excellent job, Patrick.
I'm trying.
I'm very impressed with your dredging capabilities. So as you move forward, like when you're released from a team, you have to go through this training process. Like how do you feel throughout this process? Like that's my question.
It's stressful.
Right.
It takes a lot out of you. That's why a lot of guys, it's hard on them.
Right.
Psychologically, it's a big deal for them. But I'm going through the NFL free agent process where I wait around a lot and get calls here and there for tryouts.
Okay.
Where I'd travel out to these teams and have a small workout for them to see if they like my style, style of play, physically, how I am. But it's a sudden thing. Sometimes you'll find out the day of that you travel. Yes. Sometimes you get a little bit of a heads up. Okay. So it's different. So.
If you said that your style emulates any particular player, who do you think you could emulate?
Let's see. Well, I tend to get a little aggressive on the field, and you wouldn't picture it, but
he is mild-mannered. I will say that he's definitely mild-mannered.
But there's not many people are going to know a lot of the offensive linemen that I'd say. So
well, I might.
I doubt it. You want to try it?
Well, we can try it quick. I might. Go ahead.
Well, a couple guys in the Eagles. I'd say Todd Airman. He's a multi-versatile guy. Of
course, I know who he is.
You know Todd Airman?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to say no. We know
he plays multiple positions, so that's something that I'm suited for.
Okay.
To play multiple spots. So, that's a big deal in NFL is versatility.
Exactly. You up your chances, up your options.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to continue frying the dough, and we are going to fry our chicken parm. And when we come back, we will show you the entire sandwich put together, and we will show you what is a delicious drink, which is really a shot, and we're going to show you another tailgating tip that I think everyone will enjoy.
Sounds exciting.
Sounds exciting,
Can't
right?
wait.
So we'll be right back. All right, so I am back here with Patrick Boyle, and Patrick, I have prepared a sample plate for Patrick. Patrick just tasted the PB&J Bites.
It's so good.
Thank you, it's so good. And now he has the Stromboli that we made, and we have the chicken Parmesan Sliders.
Yes, you do.
And are you going to go in and dive in on those?
Yes, I will.
While he's trying that, I'm going to show you how to assemble the chicken parm sliders. What I have is, of course, my little pizza pockets, or the dough pockets, of fried pizza dough. And you go in and you want to cut it like this, and you create a little, like I said, pocket. It's airy, it's light, it's fluffy. And I start with a little mozzarella cheese in the bottom of the pocket. And then I add a little bit of marinara sauce to that cheese to kind of give a little melt factor. How do we feel about that?
Wonderful.
And then I'll add a piece of my chicken parm. Let's throw that down in there. Okay. And then there's a little air bubble there, but that's okay. Don't worry about that. That might happen. I'm going to add a little more marinara onto the top of it. Okay. So we'll give Patrick but a second chicken parm slider.
Second one.
All right. Before Patrick and I were talking about some of the things that make tailgating easy, convenient, quick, and you want to have disposable plates.
Definitely.
Am I correct? You want disposable plates. You could have 30 people at your house. Do you want to wash the dishes?
Not a chance.
Not a chance. So paper plates are a huge plus for you. Make sure you get these. And here is, again, another one of my favorite tailgating items, my sportula. What school did I go to, Patrick?
Penn State.
Thank you. And you'll see with my school logo, my school name, my school logo, and at the top a bottle opener in case you want a refreshment while you're at the game. Isn't that awesome?
Always.
Always.
Yeah.
Do you think we can find one for Temple for you?
I'm sure.
We will find one for Temple for Patrick. And as everyone knows, at the end of the show, I like to culminate it with a drink. But today I have just done Jello shooters in advance. And this is just some regular orange Jello.
Okay.
Some whipped cream vodka. So you replace, whenever you make your Jello, you replace the whipped cream vodka with what would be the cold water part.
Okay.
Okay. And then you pour them into these little, basically shot cups, which you can get, they're little solo cups. You can get them at your local party supply store.
Super easy.
Super easy. And then we're gonna top it off, of course, with some Ready Whip. Here you go, you're the guest.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So, Patrick and I are gonna taste these, but the question that I always ask my guests, Patrick, is who do you want in your kitchen on game day?
Jen Heasley.
Jen Heasley. So cheers, I will see you soon. Goodbye. Hey, this is Jen Heasley. Jen Heasley's Cooking with the Pros, and there's a few people I'd like to thank. My hairdresser, Stacy, and her salon, Stacy's Salon, on Queen Street in York, Pennsylvania. She always does an amazing job. And my makeup artist, Shay, and you'll be able to find her information on my credits. She's in Baltimore, Maryland. They make me look beautiful every single time I do the show. So thank you to both ladies. I love you very much. And remember, this is Jen Heasley. Jen Heasley's Cooking with the Pros, and who do you want in your kitchen on game day?